Hello everyone and welcome. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys my workflow with Maschine. Now this is my workflow, so if there's anything that can be done more expediently, please feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thank you. The easiest way to get something started in Maschine is to work off of a kit. So you go to your group content type, you have access to your expansions, and you have access to the kits. I have the Massive kit from Certified Gold loaded, and it's got 4 loops and a bunch of drum samples. I'm going to keep this as simple as possible. If you guys want to go more advanced, do let me know. I'll be happy to make another tutorial. This is what we're working with today. So we have a bass loop. And then we have like a synth bells. Very degraded. And then we have this. I think that's like a string, supposed to be strings, but they got like a pump to them. And then we have this glitchy string loop. So it's got a bit of a pitch bend and then, it's got the glitch going on. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit Shift Tap.
Shift on, Metro on, Shift off.
To turn on my metronome. What's neat about this is that because these are loops, I can actually adjust the tempo and the loops will follow. Let's go ahead and hit Shift Record to count us in for a bar, and then it's gonna record. And I'm gonna go ahead and hold these 4 for 8 bars.
Shift on, record on. Stop.
So
Shift on, 5 quantize, Shift off.
I hit Shift 5 to quantize, Shift and Pad 5. The thing about this is that if I were to have just recorded the bass, for example, I would have held that down for 8 bars, but then adding in the rest of them, if I were to do it one by one, I would have literally just had to press record, waited for the downbeat, and hit those pads. And it would have just automatically looped your pads. And that's because the pads are in loop mode. Now there is gate mode, where if you don't have the pad held down, it's not going to make any noise. Gate mode is useful if you want to create like spaces, for example. So if I wanted this to drop out for like a bar or something, like in the middle of my recording, I just let up on this pad and it would mute it. But then, I mean, this starts from the beginning, right? But it would have actually picked up from where I left off because it's looping. It picks up the sound from where you push into the pad to keep it going. So you can create like dropouts and stuff, or stutters, or whatever, if your fingers are fast enough. So I have this recorded in.
Restart. Stop.
So now I'm gonna record the snare on the 3s.
Shift on, record on. Stop. 5 quantize, Shift off.
Okay, and I hit Shift 5 to quantize that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and layer in the kicks.
Shift on, record on. Shift off.
Quantize that. Make sure it came out okay.
Stop.
Especially the ending there, because I've had nasty surprises before. Things didn't come out the way that I expected them to, so when I hit quantize, it just threw everything off. So I always just kind of double check my work as I'm going. Okay, now let's layer in some hi-hats. Now I could do that, or we have note repeat.
Note repeat on.
Now with note repeat, you have access to buttons 5, 6, 7, and 8 to change your note repeat values. And by default, it goes 1/8, 1/16, 1/16 triplet, and 1/32. You do have the ability to adjust your note repeat values using the encoders below the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and change
1/8 on.
1/8 to 1/8 triplet. So with knob 4, I'm going to go ahead and adjust from normal to triplet.
Triplet.
Okay. Thing about these knobs is sometimes the next option is so close that you have to spin the knob pretty slow, otherwise you will just breeze right past what you're trying to look for. And this does include this one.
Unassigned.
And there's that bug again. I'm not touching anything, as you can see, and it says unassigned. Anyway, so I've literally breezed past triplet and went to dotted. So now I'm going to bring up the accessibility helper. I'm going to show the window. I'm going to turn to my Mac. Let's
Apple. Status menus. NI accessibility. Show window. NI accessibility helper.
show the window, and then I'm going to go
Control zone. Screen button zone.
to the screen button zone and hit
Screen button
space
zone off.
to turn that off. And the reason I'm doing that is because, as you heard before, I press the button and it says what it's on, and now it doesn't. And this actually is very useful because otherwise you'll be getting 1.8 triplet, 116, 1.8 triplet, 132, 116T, 132 as you're, changing your value. So let's record in some hi-hats.
Record on. Stop.
Okay, so set this to 30 seconds. And then just kind of like do some little accenty things
Shift on.
with it. So
Record on.
turn off the metronome.
Tap off. Stop.
So that kind of becomes a bit of a jumble because it's all the same pitch, just the only difference is the amplitude. So I'm going to hit the
Tempo. Tune on.
tempo tune button, turn that on.
Tune. Minus 2.00. 0.1.00. 5.00. 6.00. 7.00.
And I'm using the encoder on the left to tune that. So now,
Tempo. Tune off. Restart.
that is how we tune things. So I want to kind of give this some movement. So I'm going to hit the plugin button,
Plug it on.
and I'm going to hit sound, and then I need to turn on my
Screen button zone.
screen buttons again because the encoder is included with the screen buttons for some reason.
Next. Empty.
Okay,
Previous sampler. Next. Empty disabled.
now we can
Plugin
go
browser.
in here, and we are in the plugin browser. And now
Compressor.
I'm going to
Gate.
look for
Transient master. Limiter. Maximizer. Eck. Filter. Cabinet. Chorus. Flanger. FM. Fret shifter. Phaser. Plugin.
and of course, no repeat isn't on.
Note repeat on. Unassigned.
So what I want to do here,
Plugin on. Main frequency 50.0%. Main feedback 50.0%.
this can't be on while I'm editing this, can it?
Main frequency 50.0%. Main feedback 50.0%. Output MIX 100.0%.
We'll put that output mix so it's just the phaser. So now we have a little bit more movement, and it's not a
Output MIX
static.
100.0%. Stop.
We're done doing all that. So let's see if we can add that in there.
Record on.
If we were to hit quantize right now, it would quantize the note repeats. We don't want that. So let's go into keyboard mode.
Keyboard mode page.
And then hit Shift 5 here.
Shift on. 5 quantize. Shift off.
And now,
Pad mode page. Restart.
we have that. Now it's not affecting the note repeats. Now let's run the soft padding and wood block.
Shift on. Record on. Stop.
So same deal. I want to go into keyboard mode.
Keyboard mode page. 5
quantize
quantize. Shift off.
just the wood block. And we can come out of
Pad mode
keyboard
page.
mode.
Restart. Stop.
I actually want to turn down this hi-hat, so I'm going to hit the volume button.
Volume velocity on.
And hold the pad down and...
5.4.7 dB, 4.2 TB. 3.2.7
Oh
dB.
wow, that's why.
1.7 dB.
Jeez.
1.2 TB.
It was above 0. I mean, it's fine if it's above 0 if you're not clipping, but jeez.
0.7 dB.
Okay, let's...
Shift on. 0.3 dB. 0.1 dB. 0.0 dB. Shift off.
I held down shift. Okay, so now it'll kind of be more level with the other one.
Restart.
Okay, let's go replace this in. See if we can find some sound that
Browser. Next sounds.
we can use like a melody with or something.
Reset. Hearing. Blaze. Dark Knight. Dromo. Blaze.
I kind of
Load.
like that. Let me see. So we have to hit load and then we have
Plug
to
it
hit
on.
plug in, otherwise we're just playing the sample out. That's really loud. Let's turn that down too.
Volume. Velocity off. Minus 8.5 dB. Minus 10.5 dB. Minus 11.0 dB. Minus 12.5 dB. Minus 15.0 dB. Minus 15.5 dB.
Okay.
Keyboard mode page.
Now we'll go into keyboard mode. We're set to dramatic.
Unassigned.
So let's
Scale,
set
type, chrome.
ourselves to
Major. Minor.
minor. Okay. And set the right
Semitone plus. Semitone plus.
key
Semitone plus.
and switch to harmonic minor.
Scale, type, minor. Par min.
Actually, kind of came up with an idea that I like, so I'm going to
Shift on. Record on. Shift off.
Shift 5 to quantize.
Stop.
Okay.
Pad mode page.
Add that crash
Shift on.
in.
Shift off. Stop.
Go into the keyboard mode. Just
Keyboard mode page.
quantize the crash.
5 quants. Shift off. Pad mode page.
And not mess with anything else.
Restart.
Here's another thing to familiarize yourself with.
Pad mode page.
We're going to choke the open hat with a close hat. So whenever you play the open hat and then you hit the close hat afterward, it's going to choke the open hat. And this is mimicking real world drumming with a hi-hat.
Choke group none.
So we're going to hit pad 4,
Choke group none. 1.
and then we're going to set choke group 1 to this open hat. We're
Choke
gonna
group
sing
none.
Thing
1.
with the closed hat. Now, if you want it to go one way,
Choke mode send.
you want
Choke mode receive.
the open hat to be receive, and you want the closed hat to be send.
Choke mode receive.
Otherwise, I can play the closed hat slightly before the open, and only the open will be affected if I do it the other way. So you can play your closed and open hi-hat at the same time if you do the closed one before the open. But if you want both of them to do it, you set
Choke mode receive. Send.
your open hi-hat to send as well. So it's a little difficult. You can kind of hear that it's trying to, but because the sample is so short,
Choke mode send. Receive.
we got that set. Really, all that matters.
Plug it on.
So we're gonna go ahead
Shift
and
on.
record the
Record
open
on.
hat in there. Let's go ahead and quantize that hi-hat.
Keyboard
as
mode
well.
page. 5 quant. Shift off. Pad mode page. Restart.
So now we're at the point where this is basically the busiest part of my song. I'll basically call it my hook. So I'll go ahead and go up here to ideas
Ideas view.
and see we're in scene 1.
Scene
So
1
if I
on.
hit play
Restart.
and hit
Scene
scene
1.
2, everything just, there's nothing there. So
Scene 1 on. Scene.
now we're in our scenes. I'm going to go ahead and hold
Duplicate on.
duplicate down. Hit pad 1 for scene 1 and then duplicate it to
Scene.
scene 2. So now,
Scene 1. Scene 1 1.
so that gets replaced with scene 1 1. So
Scene 1, 1.
The trick is here is I would go into pattern mode, duplicate the pattern, and then from there I would remove elements from the same pattern and rework around the previous pattern, and that would be my verse, or I'd, completely strip everything, and that'd be my intro, leave like claps or snaps or hi-hats or what have you, for your intro. I'd have that. Now, with scenes, since I've duplicated the pattern and it's exactly the same thing, if we go into our patterns view, so I'm gonna hit pattern now.
Pattern 1.
So pattern 1 wasn't selected until I just tapped it.
Pattern 1, 1.
And then pattern 1, 1 corresponds to scene 1, 1, which, I guess is our verse now. So now I can literally go out of patterns.
Ideas view. Scene.
And then because we're in scene...
Ideas view. Scene 1, 1, on.
Scene 1, 1, I can exit
Plugin.
out of
Plugin on.
this. And let's take this out. Let's take our melody out. And
Keyboard
then
mode
go
page.
into keyboard mode and then
9 clear.
Shift 9
Shift
to
off.
clear. So now we're going to go ahead and clear
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear.
this.
Shift off. Pad mode page.
We're going to go ahead and clear this.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Pad mode page.
We'll leave those. We'll take that out.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
We'll leave the crash in. And then we will take that out.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
We'll take the wood block out as
Keyboard
well.
mode
I
page.
totally forgot
Shift
about
off.
it.
Pad mode page.
And then we'll take... I decided I wanted to take the hi-hats out.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Pad mode page.
Maybe we'll go ahead and rework those or something.
Stop.
Okay, and I heard that, so I'm going to go ahead and just
Keyboard mode page.
clear it.
9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page. Restart.
And I guess just to further contrast here,
Keyboard mode page. Pad mode page.
take that out.
Restart.
So now it's just the pumpy strings. Duplicate again.
Scene.
Hold duplicate down.
Duplicate on. Scene.
And there we go. So now we have a
Scene 1, 2.
scene 1, 2. Exit
Plugin.
out of that. And now we'll just start adding, we'll just add that back in.
Shift on. Record on. Stop.
And again, since that's a loop,
Shift
I
on.
have to hold it for the whole 8
5
bars.
quantize. Stop. Shift on. Keyboard mode page.
Quantize.
5 quant. Shift off. Pad mode page. Plugin. 5 quant. Shift off. Restart. Stop.
We will create an intro. We'll go to scene,
Scene.
and we will duplicate scene 1 proper.
Duplicate on.
So this first one to pad 4.
Scene. Scene 1, 3.
So scene 1, 3. We will go and edit. So now exit out of this.
Plugin. Restart.
Make sure record is off.
Record off.
There we go. So I'm just going to do this how I normally do this. So I want that gone.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Pad mode page.
This one.
Keyboard mode page. Shift off. Pad mode page.
That gone.
Keyboard mode shift on. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
I
Keyboard mode
guess
page.
so.
9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
Definitely want that gone.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page. Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
This.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Pad mode page.
Let's try that.
9 clear. Shift off.
Oops.
Pad mode page. Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
So I like that. We'll go ahead and duplicate this scene
Scene.
here
Scene 1, 3.
to what will be
Duplicate on.
the outro. And then exit out
Plugin.
of this, record this back
Shift on.
in.
Record on. Stop. Shift on. Shift off. Keyboard mode page. 5 quanti. Shift off. Pad mode page.
Just in case we mess anything up with the other pads. I want this gone.
Keyboard mode page. 9 clear. Pad mode page. Restart. Stop.
And I want the wood block on. Out of
Keyboard mode
this.
page. Shift on. 9 clear. Shift off. Pad mode page.
And I want
Restart. Stop.
So this whole scene duplication thing, it's something that you have to set up, but once you set up, it's set up and you don't have to think about it again. So you go into general settings, and then you go to page 2, and you're looking for scene duplication, and you want the thing to say scene pan or something like that. What it's doing, it's creating the scene for me, and it's duplicating the pattern. I can literally just hit scene and then change what I need to change, and then now that I've got all my stuff figured out, I can
Ideas
go
view.
to
Shift on. Clips arranger. Sections arranger.
hit shift 2 on the ideas, and you heard clips, but I hit button 1 to go to the sections arranger, so I can hit
New section.
new section, which is pad 1. So I literally just keep my hand on knob 2, and then I twist to where I need to be. So intro is pad 4.
Scene 1. Scene 1, 1. Scene 1, 2. Scene 1, 3.
So scene 1, 3.
New section. Section. Scene. None.
And then we'll do
Scene
scene
1.
1. So the intro into the hook.
New section.
then section 3.
Scene 1. Scene 1, 1.
First part of the verse.
New section.
I suppose I could have just made it 16 bars, but whatever.
Scene 1. Scene 1, 1. Scene 1, 2.
Okay. And now
Section. Scene. None. Scene 1.
back to the hook. And then
New section.
Section 6.
Scene 1. Scene 1, 1. Scene 1, 2. Scene 1, 3. Scene 1, 4.
If we were to hit restart,
Restart.
it's literally going to play us through the whole thing. So this is how I arrange my stuff. So I'm still learning how to get into clips. And once I learn how to get into clips, I'll definitely show you guys. But for the moment, this is what I've been doing. Except the only thing that I haven't done is put in fills. Because apparently the bad thing to do is put in your fills with your scenes, because it kind of locks in your scenes, or your patterns rather, I'm sorry. So, yeah. Wow, I'm sorry, this is just hell of a lot quicker. I'm like smiling over here, because I just literally did that in like about half the time. Yeah, look at that, Jesus.